If you're looking for an interesting, uplifting, inspiring story set in the World War II, featuring a strong female lead, this is the book for you. Hi, I'm Maria from Read Fine Books, and today we are talking about The Last Restaurant in Paris by Lily Graham. Last Restaurant in Paris starts with Gilbert Geroux in 1987. He is an old antiquarian who is forced by circumstances to remember a terrible night he lived through in World War II when his brother died. Gilbert is in his very old age. He lives peacefully when a letter comes to him to stir up the past. He is urged by lawyers, pleaded with by lawyers to talk to the heiress of the restaurant across the street. Nowadays, this restaurant is completely abandoned, as there had taken place long time ago the terrible night when his brother died. Marianne Blanchet, the original restaurant owner, had poisoned him along with other 19 customers, and no one knows why she did it, especially since she seemingly loved Gilbert's brother. Gilbert had known her, had worked with her, had even been in love with her before everything had happened. His memories of her are fond. He never understood why she did what she did, and this chapter of his life still marks him. He also had never known Marianne had a daughter, so he is very intrigued to find out about her granddaughter and understand everything about her life. This is why he accepts to talk with Sabine Dupree, and they both set up upon a journey to better understand her. We get to know Sabine Dupree along with him. She is the granddaughter of Marianne Blanchet. She is surprised to find that out. She is horrified to understand she is the granddaughter of a murderer, but she is also very intrigued, and along with Gilbert goes to the monastery where her mother was adopted. There she will talk to a nun and find out everything about her grandmother. This is where everything actually begins in the book. This was a very long introduction in my opinion, but it was all worth it because the story of Marianne is fascinating and beautiful. We understand she learned to cook from her grandmother. We witness her seemingly idyllic life in Provence with her grandmother, with her first love, with her friends and her brother. She seems to have lived fully and beautifully, and the scenery in the book, the Provence, is wonderful. I have read other books about life in Provence. They all say life there seems an utopia. That is why I really hope I also get to visit Provence someday. Marianne's life there was perfect, and as I said, she met there her first love. She has there her child. Everything is absolutely wonderful. That is until the war started. We also get to witness how Marianne changed as a character. We understand why she became a murderer. The change in her character is perfectly constructed and beautifully written, and I loved it as a development for her. Along with the glimpses of war, of how Germans occupied France, of how the government fled Paris and left the French to fend for themselves, the German politeness, which was all wonderful on the surface, hiding their true thoughts beneath. The guilt of collaborating with the Germans, the obligation to collaborate so as not to starve. These were all historical facts, simple ideas that made the Marianne's story even more rich and our understanding of her feelings even better. Ultimately, discovering what led her to murder everyone in the restaurant was very predictable. But nonetheless, it was a beautiful journey that got us to understand all that. I would have very much liked the description on Goodreads of the book to be a little less spoilery. It would have enhanced the book so much, but ultimately the experience of reading it was enough. The story made up for everything because it is so well written. Getting to know Marianne, her life, her struggles, and also how cunning and manipulative she was, it was perfect. Her story is of grief and of strength, and I absolutely loved it. Understanding her completely even excused the fact that she had to murder all those people. And if you're wondering how on earth one can excuse that, you really have to read the book and find out. I absolutely loved it and really recommend it. I'm Maria from Read Fine Books. Thank you for watching.